What's up, everybody? It's Monday. And there is a lot of hearts, and they're not for me. Looks like Emma has already chimed in. I believe she's going to be out walking the dog while she listens. Another pair of headphones just fell down. What is up, everybody? It's the Big News Show, episode 41. That's right, everybody. It's the Big News Show, episode number 41. We're going to come live from Vic's Bar, which we're already doing. I don't know what else I missed, but we're definitely going to throw a couple of movie quotes in there, as we always do. We're going to rock out to this song a little bit. Take a viewer question or two. Take a sip of coffee. Well, of course, we're going to do Sunday, even though it's Monday. Hello, Martha Weller. Hello, Laura Miskin. What is up, Con? What is up, Red? Desi, look at me blowing it up. Booyah. Already said hi to Laura. Let me scroll back. Special Ed, what is up? We got Red. We got Monorail, 425. Stuck in traffic. I started right on time, didn't I? Maybe 9:01. Oh, it was a cash cab joke. I get it. Spinal bifida, what is up? Desi, how is ya? How's it going, guys? How's everybody been? It's been quite a week for me. Wow, you guys have been chatting on here for quite a while. Special Ed and Con have been chatting since about 5:30 this afternoon here. This is an exaggeration to make a point. Sarcasmo Assholio 420. Sarcasmo Assholio. What's up, Ben? Haven't seen you in the podcast circuit. Who cares what I think? But I'd like to see you on Bob Kelly's You Know What Dude. I've actually done, I did Bobby's, You Know What Dude? I did that a long time ago. We listened to the Patrice roast. I think he was afraid to have a real conversation with me. And so he just played the roast, and we talked about that. Monday Night Madness. I like it. But what's up, Sarcasmo Asholio? Welcome. If you're still there, that comment was from a long scroll back. What's up, Crystal? Kevadonis. Howdy from Oregon. Nice. Kevadonis, I'm going to be doing some shows out your way. Coming up, I got Tacoma and Portland, and I'm doing a show in Eugene, I think. He doesn't know it yet, Eugene, but hey, Patricia Bradshaw and Kevin's Bacon Bits. What is up? Lance O. Lance has got a date. Lance O's got a date, man. Excellent. I am the Great Cornholio. No, you're not. You are Monorail 425. How about giving me a report on audio and video, everybody? Just a quick thumbs up on that, if you would, if everything's cool. I feel like it is, but sometimes I don't know, so I thought I'd check. And I also was working on another show I'm going to be doing here with somebody, with another comedian, and so my setup, I want to make sure everything's good. Lance O has a date, and he's saying he'd rather not go. Why would you rather not go? Are you just being sweet, and you're going to say because you'd rather hang out with us? I think you should bring your date back and say, this is what I do. You're in Turner outside. Kevadonis is in Turner outside. I assume you meant Salem because it came through as Sleem. There it is, Salem. Nice, man. Later in the year. I think it's in September or something. I'm doing a whole run out there. You should come to one of them if you can. Lance, you have a good time, man. Just be yourself. James Payne. James Payne says, have the people from Night Court contacted you about playing A Bailiff? I don't think it's A Bailiff. I think it's Bull. Originally played by Richard Mall. Bull from Night Court. Okay. I could 100% play that role. That'd be fantastic. But also Richard Mall is still around, so, he might fucking do it. People used to yell that at me sometimes. I'd get upset on stage. After I shaved my head, I got rave reviews about the shaved head, but I also had people yelling out that I should be bull on Night Court. Didn't occur to me when they brought it back that, there would be maybe a role there. I should have my agents look into it. Rob Burley, hello yourself. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Welcome. Oh, wait a minute. Right out of the gate. Wait a minute. We can't do that, Marta. I can't take a viewer question before we do one of these. It's a cash cab drive-by, folks. That means it's time for you to drink your drink, as it says on the screen. A toast to you and all you get through to still be here and hang out with us on an atypical Monday night. We're doing a Monday night show, but we're still doing Sunday because we gotta do that, man. We gotta. But for now, a toast to you for joining us and hanging out. Drink your drink, everybody. It's a drive-by, and it's almost over. Cheers, by the way. I'm drinking coffee, and that's going to roll right into our viewer question, which comes from a Marta Johnson Weller. Hello. And she says... What did you say, Marta? No, I have to scroll back. Something about coffee. Do you drink your coffee straight or with additives? First of all, let me just address the term additives as far as coffee goes. It's such a broad term, which I appreciate, because there could be any number of different things that I might put in my coffee, right? I mean, anything. You could put anything in there. You don't just mean booze, although you included booze by saying additives in general. I guess anything you put in there is an additive. Not a subtractive. It'd be something you're taking out, wouldn't it? I don't put anything in it. I drank it black for a long time, and I drink like straight up espresso super strength coffee. But I drink it like a full cup. So I make a full cup and a big one of espresso, and I didn't used to do this, now I put milk in it. But so it's like a latte, basically. But I just don't have the patience to steam the milk, so it's just a giant cup of very strong espresso grade coffee with a little bit of milk in the bottom. Give it that perfect caramel. Is it caramel? Caramel or caramel? And that's a question for you. What's up, Robbie Osborne? How are you, man? Welcome to the show. We're just a hangout, we just talk and we do silly things. Antifreeze would also be considered an additive, Con. There's no question about it. Salt and pepper is technically an additive. Yes, Red, you're right about that. Since 2010, Robbie Osborne has been a big fan of mine since 2010. That's very specific. And also about 13 years. And there's Steven Sales. Remember throwing eraser bags? Hey, what's up, Steve? In mechanical drawing class in high school. I sure as fuck do. It was the best part of the class. It was mechanical drawing, the predecessor to architectural drawing and engineering drawing, which I had hopes of possibly delving into, but somehow that got derailed. But one of the best parts of mechanical drawing class was that not only did you get like this really cool drawing table desk that you got to sit at and had the T-square built in, but you got these eraser bags filled with like eraser dust, and hitting someone square in the back of the head with one of those in the middle of class sounded like a dull slap, and just a little cloud would go up, and then there'd be evidence. It was as good as paintball. It was amazing, except that you would get thrown out, You're not supposed to do that. What's up, Steve? Long time, man. I hope you're doing all right. This is a guy I grew up with, went to high school with. Forgot we had mechanical drawing together. Now I'm like in the classroom. I might as well be sitting there. Charlie Sutter was the teacher, and he was so enthusiastic about stuff. Charlie Sutter, super nice guy, kind of a jolly fellow. One day he was like, well, today we only have a certain amount of time because all the classes are on a limited schedule because the school is ending early because of blah, 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 blah. And he goes, so instead of our usual 44 or whatever it was minutes, we only have 31. And he had it, whatever it was, he had it broken down perfectly. And he said, and since we don't have a whole full class period to take advantage of, and all the kids are thinking he's going to say, just hang out and talk, or just draw and have fun, or he says, I thought it might be a good opportunity for us to discuss the inner workings of the Wankel engine. We were all like, that's what you thought? Is that really what you thought? Oh, it was pretty funny. I bet you didn't remember that, Steve Sales. JC, what's up, JC? Are you telling me Ben Bailey does not use Baileys in his coffee? No, I don't. I do not. Coffee and booze are they're on a separate plane for me. I switch from one to the other, and there's no going back once the switch is made. Until, of course, I restart. After the reset, you start with coffee again. So, yeah. That's the answer to several of those questions. Lance O says, I am still basically in mechanical drawing class. I'm an architect. How excellent is that? Do you guys ever have fun with you're at work, you could totally, if you guys want to throw those eraser bags at each other, I feel like if everyone agreed, you could do that, and that would spice things up. I mean, once in a while, you might really... Oh my God, Red, your car has a Wankel engine in it? Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious? Marta Weller says, so, hearkening back, I don't know how you're saying it, caramel have an extra A, and there is a town called Carmel without the extra A. Yes, that is true. But that is pronounced Carmel. And nobody says, oh, let's get some candy, let's get some caramels. People either say caramels or you say caramels. Wankel power plant for the Mazda RX-7. Special Ed, a.k.a. Shad. You're like a shapeshifter, Special Ed. An RX-8. Rotary engine. You guys know your shit, man. Kowalski's, you'd be like, you guys are talking about Wankel engines without me? Son of a bitch. I'm having a good time here, you guys. I'm doing this just for me. Franklin M. is the dude from Cash Cab. Yes, Franklin M. 'Tis I, the dude from Cash Cab. But I'm not so much the dude that I put Baileys in my coffee, because I do not. I have, and, it's frighteningly good. Maybe when I hit a certain age, maybe I'll start putting little Baileys in the coffee. When I'm not going anywhere. The Wankel rotary engine. Now let's try something ruder. Yeah, what's up, Franklin M? This is the big new show with me, Ben Bailey, a.k.a. Cash Cab Dude. This is what we do. We chill at the bar, and we just shoot the shit. You guys could chime in. We got fun segments that we do. The whole show, we are coming live from Vic's Bar. Vic's Bar built by me in honor of the late, great Mr. Vic Henley. He never got a chance to hang out at this bar with me, but I think of him pretty much every time I do. I don't know who made those amazing graphics with the perfect music, but they are fantastical. They are fantastical. They are fantastical. So, I just got back from Peoria, everybody. Peoria, Illinois. Contain your envy. And I'll tell you what I like about Peoria, Illinois, and that's nothing. Not a galled. No, I'm just kidding. I like that I can go there and shit on it, and they eat it up. And I have a good time. The crowds are great. I don't know who it was who said, if it'll play in Peoria, but I believe it was a former president. Anybody want to look that up and chime in? Yes, coffee to help with daylight savings time. So nice to look out at like 7:20, and it was, there's still some light out there. Still some light at 20 after 7. But then at like 7:20 and a half, total darkness. And we're about to get snowed. Like, God, here's my theory that I put forth in the city of Peoria. God forgot about winter. God was like, oh, shit, I totally forgot winter. You know what? Do it anyway. Do it anyway. And people are like, now? Everyone who has to work together, now? He's like, yeah. Punxsutawney Phil reminded him, that fat little son of a bitch, get back in your hole. Robbie Osborne I will say, you're the second game show host I've ever talked to in my life. Thank you, by the way, Franklin M. I'm not going to ask. I am not going to ask. No, I am going to ask. Who is the first game show host you ever spoke with? And you probably actually spoke with them. Yes, Concon says bragger. Who was it? Was it Wink Martindale? Steve Harvey? Todd Newton? Who the hell is Todd Newton? I think maybe I was up against Todd Newton one year. Did he host like some kind of family show? I believe we were up for the same Emmy Award one year, and he won. Beat me. So I'll just have to settle for the 6 that I've got. Ha 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 ha. It's the big news show with me, Ben Bailey, and we are about to hit warp speed. Hold on, everybody. Here we go. Here we go. I don't think that was Groucho Marx that said that, Special Ed. Family Game Night, yeah. That guy is a super nice guy. If you talk to him again, don't say I didn't know who he was at first. Say I said hello, if you would, please. Let's do numbers, everybody. This is episode number 41 of 4 with a 1 after. After 40, before 42, it's 41. Kevin's Bacon Bits, low-hanging fruit, Peoria. Yeah, but you're making a different joke. You're saying Peoria. The joke that I've made, somebody just gave me $5. Boom. Desi loved Sparklebark's picture from yesterday. He's amazing. He's a great pooch. I think he's out for a stroll right now listening to us. Thanks, Red. Boom! Blowing it up. Every time anyone tips me, by the way, I blow it up. Okay, here we go. 41 fun facts about the number 41. And I don't usually get into the mathematics, prime, difference kind of stuff, but 41 has so many that I'm actually going to do those tonight. And here we go. 41 is the natural number following 40 and preceding 42. Pretty sure I just said that. 41 is an odd number. 41 is a prime number. 41 is a twin prime number with the number 43. 41 is the sum of the first 6 prime numbers, 2 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 11 plus 13. 41 is a super singular prime. 41 is a Sophie Germain prime. 41 is a Newman-Shanks-Williams prime. 41 is an Einstein prime. 41 is a Proth prime. 41 is the largest of Euler's lucky numbers. 41 is the sum of 2 squares, 16 and 25. 41 is a centered square number. 41 is the first number in a Cunningham chain consisting of 41, 83, and 167. Adding up the sums for the divisors of the numbers 1 through 7 yields 41. That is all the ridiculous mathematics facts about today's number. I had no idea that there were so many different types of prime numbers. And I'm tempted to look up, Robbie, you got to go? Are you going to watch a movie? What movie are you going to watch? You know, Robbie, you can start movies whenever you like. You don't have to bail on this fantastic show that you're already in. Lance O's going on a date, but he had time to give me $3.14. I get it. A piece of pie for me. And tomorrow is Pie Day. Nice. Thanks, man. Have a good date. Hope it goes well. Like I said, just be yourself. Try to get a look at the person before they see you so you can run the hell out of there if you have to. Sorry, that was mean and dark. 41 is the first number in a Cunningham chain. Did that one. Did the next one. Symphony number 41 is the last symphony by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Monorail 425 says it's 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1, not 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1. Thanks for clearing that up. 21 Jump Street? You're turning this off to watch 21 Jump Street? Those are funny, man. Enjoy. What's up, Jack Toller? Are you going to come to St. Lou? Nice, man. Back to the Funny Bone. The old Funny Bone, San Lou. It's a fun place. Bobby lost like 300 pounds? Oh, that's good, man. I'm happy to hear that. Good for him. Yeah, I haven't seen any of those guys in ages, man. I'm going to be going in there this summer, though, so I'll see him. That's good to hear he lost the weight. Number 41 is a song by the Dave Matthews Band. And it goes like this. 41. Doesn't go like that at all. Roman Emperor Caligula was assassinated in the year 41. 41 was Charlton Heston's designation as a warship slave in the film Ben-Hur. I would say it was the character's name. Charlton Heston was not actually... Okay. 41 is the code number given to Tetsuo Shima in the film Akira. Anyone? That was on the tip of your tongues, wasn't it? Yeah, have fun, Lance. Have a good time. Let me know if you need us to give you a ring. Somebody will give you a shout. 8 minutes in, if you need to get out of there, just go, oh, I forgot. Ben Bailey's live streaming. 41 is Billy Cole's jersey number in the film The Last Boy Scout. Again, Cary Grant's character is attacked by a crop duster on Highway 41 in the film North by Northwest, which is a great movie. Yikes, I'm late, says Cammy G. No worries, Cammy G. We're still here. We're still hanging. Never too late. It's never too late. You show up when you want. 41 is the atomic number of niobium. Didn't even know that was an elemente. Niobium. I might have to look it up. If this list doesn't have the 41-sided object, I might have to pull that up because I'm going to miss it. I feel like we're all going to miss it. Yes, the emergency bail phone call. Oh, look at that. I'm getting a call exactly 3.5 minutes into this date. Mark G, howdy, howdy, howdy. We're doing the numbers, buddy. The Messier or Messier object M41 is magnitude 5.0 open cluster in the constellation Canis Major. Also right on the tip of your tongues. George W. Bush, 41st president. I think most of us knew that. One molecule of penicillin G had 41 atoms. A 41-gun salute is used on special occasions in the United Kingdom. C41 process is the film developing process for 35mm color negative film. Yada-da-da-doo. 41 is a calling code assigned to Switzerland. Montana was the 41st state to be admitted to the Union. We should have been doing those all along. We could only do 9 more. Well, 10. I guess we could do 12, 11 more. But is there really any point? 41 in binary. Now, there's something we could do. Is 101001. We're going to have to look it up. I'm going to look it up right now. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ask Siri. But first, let's have a beverage again. Take a sip. Welcome everybody who wasn't here at the beginning. Cheers. Thanks for popping in. Sound effects provided by Stella Artois. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for coming by to hang out. Live chat, something from Mark G, but I can't see the whole thing yet. Cheers, everybody. Drink your drink. Be it beer, be it water, be it whiskey, be it wine. You take a sip of yours, and I'll take a sip of mine. Mark G just gave me $5. Booyah! Fantastical, fantastical. We're going to get this information from Siri, and we're going to see how she pronounces it. What is the word for a 41-sided object?
On it. Working on that. Something went wrong. Please try again.
Oh, now come on. I was getting excited. Yes, you're right. Very, very astute, Laura Miskin. The switch has been made, and there's no going back. I guess I could. Once in a while, I'll go back after a long night of shows. I'll have a coffee at the end of the night before I drive home. Let's try this again. Okay, Siri, I asked you a question. Are you ready to answer now?
One sec.
She's not ready.
Still working.
But all I did was ask you if you're ready for me to ask you a question.
Sorry, something went wrong.
Yeah, that
Please try
seems to keep happening. All right, let's try this again. Hi, Siri.
Good evening, Ben. How can I help?
I was going to ask you a question.
I don't know what that means. If you like, I can search the web for. I was gonna ask you a question.
Are you kidding me? Siri, I have a question for you.
Sure. Just ask.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure. Just ask.
I did ask. That's the question. Can I ask you a question?
Ask away.
What is the word for a 41-sided object?
Okay. I found this on the web for what is the word for a 41-sided object. Check it out.
But I want to hear you say it. Siri, how do you pronounce the word for a 41-sided object?
I found this on the web.
Siri, you are a chicken shit.
Miss, there's something else I can help with.
Is there something else? You're supposed to pause after the you silly Siri. Oh, now it's gone. Siri, what is a 41-sided object called?
Here's what I found.
All right, here's what she found. Oh, no, I don't want a YouTube video. No. Siri? Siri! Sorry, everyone. This segment is getting old. Siri, what is a 41-sided object called?
I found this on the web.
Oh. She doesn't know. All right, one of you guys are going to have to look it up. That was an absolute failure. Dennis, my hubby, gave Siri an Australian accent. That's fun. I feel like GPSs in the cars should be getting more realistic. They should be like, dude, why didn't you turn? No, turn around, go back. I always yell at mine anyway. Elizabeth Fahey looked it up. It's a tetraconta tetracontachihenagon. A tetracontachihenagon. Why do we have a word for that? Do we really need that? Man, that was a lot of work. That was numbers, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. A tetracontachihenagon. Date time. Go get him, Lance. Don't forget to lick your fingertips and slick your eyebrows back. Have fun, buddy. Oh, the dating world. I have, no experience in it at all. Yes, Siri was reluctant. It's Kimon Kreiner. What is up, Kimon? Welcome. You are late. Crystal Noda enjoyed numbers. Thank you very much. Hooray, a reason for Monday to exist. I love that. So I'm going to be touring a lot, as shown on my current schedule. And I thought what I would do is do these on Mondays when I can't do them on Sundays. But maybe I'll just do them on Mondays. We're still going to do Sunday. And it's still going to be the... Excuse me, I don't know why I'm losing my voice a little bit. It is still going to be the holidays from the Sunday, not the Monday. So we'll see. I mean, let me know. What do you guys think? What would you prefer? You know, you want to do Sundays when we can, and then Mondays when we can do Sundays? Is that what you think? Or just do Mondays? I don't know why I explain it when I just already explain it. Just looking to get my tour dates up here. How is, sometimes when you refresh a page, it doesn't actually refresh. This is what I think. But it doesn't matter. I can still show you the tour dates, which I will here in a minute. Children are almost always a valid excuse. Lick your eyebrows with your tongue, and the date will go well. Ah, special ed, good thinking. He says, yeah, until football season starts. Yeah, so we'll stick to Sundays. I will do the occasional Monday when I can't do the Sunday. Honestly, sometimes my voice is so shot when I get back from a run of shows that I need to take a break. Here's what I'm honestly thinking later in the year. I'm going to be getting even busier. I'm going to be really busy in April and in May, and I think I'll just do this show whenever I can, and I'll try to give you guys as much notice as possible. We think that's a great idea, Ben. Oh, thank you, everyone. Me so do. Special Ed says, wow, longest word in the unabridged dictionary. How do you abridge a dictionary? Like if you wanted to abridge that. My Google says it would be called a 41agon. Well, your Google is boring. Come on, man. I know, you could do that. That's the word. That's the boring part about all of those. You could also just say the number and then agon. I was like, well, then why do we have all that other stuff, you know? We come up with these big, long, fancy names. And we could call it a nonagon. Or a 21agon. Like, come on, no. We shouldn't be able to do that. Elizabeth says, don't really mind which day. To me, Wednesday, Sunday, Monday, any day is better than no days. Oh, I like that. I like the sound of that. I appreciate this. And it's made me so happy, everyone, that it's time for the good news. It's the good news, as you can see by how it says the good news in the logo for the segment. And here's the headline for today's good news. These are not huge breaking news stories of any kind, everyone. Oh, hold the phone. Mark G just blew it up. $2. Thank you. Booyah. Yes, and there's Kelf. What up, Kelf? Kelf on a shelf. Here's the headline. Lebanese man builds wind turbine from recycled plastic, producing electricity for his family and neighbors. In Lebanon's windy, guy, and there's a video. You can look it up. I don't want to play the videos. You guys could go look them up. It's easy enough if you really want to look. But so this guy made a wind turbine out of like plastic and cups. It's got plastic cups on like a big thing, and he actually harnessed wind energy with it. I'm going to read it to you. In Lebanon's windy northeast governorate of Akkar, a literature student taught himself engineering to build a wind turbine on his grandmother's roof. With government-supplied electricity more of a nice theory than a daily reality, solar panels have become ubiquitous in the region.
Okay, I found this on the web. For a daily reality, solar panels have become ubiquitous in the region. Check it out.
Someone was still listening. Go to bed, Siri. Nobody's talking to you anymore. I'm going to tell her that. Go to bed, Siri. No one's talking to you.
I'm not sure I understand.
I said, go to bed. No one is talking to you.
I'm not sure I understand.
And she brought up a song called Types of Polygons. I have to play it. It appears to be stuck. Oh, that's got to be too funny. Or maybe not. Maybe it won't be funny at all. We'll see. Hold on now. She was still looking. She didn't give up. Oh, man. All right, we'll see if that loads, and maybe we'll start that again a bit later. So, yes, solar panels have become very popular, ubiquitous in the region, which is a great word. It means everywhere all at once. Not to get topical. 25-year-old Mohammed Sabsabi used old water drums, steel beams, and a cartwheel. I think they mean a wheel cart, like a wheelbarrow, because a cartwheel, that's something totally different. If he's having to do a cartwheel to generate the electricity, that's a whole different kind of animal. And a wheel cart or a wheelbarrow, I assume they mean to build a wind turbine to take advantage of the wind when the sun is behind the clouds. A French literature student, Sabsabi, dropped out of university when hyperinflation made it impossible for him to continue paying the fees. He used YouTube videos, books, and scientific articles to build the turbine that is working and producing electricity. He's hoping for a North Lebanon wind industry to crop up in the wake of his invention, which he says he wants to share with his neighbors. Unbelievable. I thought that was worthy of a mention because that is awesome. The government's like, you get free power once a week for 6 minutes total. And then there's solar panels, but it gets cloudy, and then they have no electricity. So the guy built a wind turbine out of cups and old stuff that he had laying around. And he loves to do cartwheels. All right, I haven't done a single movie quote. I'm going to have to come up with one. I'm going to pressure myself. Well, I vote for yours truly. Well, I vote for yours truly. Well, hell, I'm with you fellas. Get it. Get it. Get it, y'all. Got some good holidays coming up for Sunday. But so I started to say earlier and didn't finish that I went to Peoria. I was going to tell you guys about my trip to Peoria, which is still on the website scroll for some reason. And it's not because it hasn't been updated by my people that help with this that are doing a fantastic job. It's because this is not refreshing for some reason. So up next is a place called the Candlelight Theater outside of Wilmington, Delaware, next Thursday, March 23rd. Then I will be at, and it's not on here either because it's not updating properly. You know what? I'm going to try to get it to update properly, and we're going to come back to it. Because there's a few extra dates on there. Went to Peoria. First, I went to Orlando. I went to the big agriculture convention in Orlando, and I was riding around in a golf cart at the Orlando Expo Center asking people trivia questions. And I learned one thing, people. Farmers don't watch movies. They didn't know Star Wars. They didn't even know, like, Star Wars stuff. Seems like the chat has grown awfully quiet. Are you guys still there? But I had a great time in Orlando. Went out to a place called, we were supposed to go to this dinner meeting on the first night at a place called Tutu Tango. Like tutu and then tango, which together is like two tango. Tutu. But it was a party in that place. So it was too loud. We couldn't really have our meeting in there and discuss what we were going to do the next day. So we left. And as we were walking out the door, this girl goes, "Thank you for coming," or something like that. And I looked at her and I was like, she doesn't work here. And she goes, "Ben Bailey?" So she was like being a smartass, messing with some people on her way out. And it was me. And she was like, "Oh." It was pretty funny, though. I couldn't fault her. I do that sort of thing. I've got a good time in me once in a while. Some good fun picking at someone walking in. My manager, one of my forms of representation, Mr. Jonathan Brandstein, did that once. It was pretty funny. We were out in front of I think I even told you guys about it. Maybe we were out in front of a club out in L.A., and these young girls were trying to push their way in, and they were all like, we got to get in there. And he was like, he does not normally have an accent, but he was like, "Do you have a reservation?" And the girl's like, "What? Since when do we need a reservation?" He's like, "Do you have a reservation?" I'm doing it better now than he did. And and she was like, "We're just going to hang out at the bar." And he was like, "Okay, go ahead." It was pretty funny. It was rather entertaining, I must say. So now I have shut down my web browser, and I am going to, I'm going to try to bring up I'll try to bring up my website again. I'm going to have to, like, clear the history or something to get it to update. I don't want to have to do that. Yeah, nope, still got Peoria, which, as I tell them whenever I go there, should be pronounced Peoria. History. Clear history. Get out of there. All of you, go away now. Still. Oh, my goodness. Enough is enough. I don't have the right dates to tell you. This is really very annoying to me. All right. Apologies, folks. We're spinning out of control. Mayday, 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 mayday. Help me. Let's have a drink. Whew. It's a cash cab drive-by, folks. That means it's time for you to drink your drink. Clearing all history. I am clearing all history. Cheers, everybody. Have a drink. Cheers to you for hanging out. Thanks so much. So great to have you here. So lovely. It's so nice. Hello. I'm killing time while I try to figure out how to get the website. Come on. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. What you've been at for nearly an hour. Thanks for coming. Nope. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it has not successfully been updated yet. All right, well, we're just going to look at it as it is, everybody. We're just going to take a look, okay? And that is that. I was recently in Peoria, as I said, Wilmington, Delaware next Thursday. The Funny Bone in West Des Moines, Iowa, April 14th and 15th. Followed by the Riot Comedy Club in Houston, Texas, April 21st and 22nd. That's going to be fun. There is another date. I'm going to be in Austin on the 23rd. Sunday, the 23rd of April, I will be at some theater in Austin. The something or other. It should be on here, but it's not on here yet. And I believe the error is on my end. Then I'll be at the Wall Street Theater in Norwalk, Connecticut on April 29th. I will be at the Oaks Theater in Oakmont, Pennsylvania on May 5th. I'll be at a place called Reverb, baby, in Reading, PA on May 6th. There's 2 shows there. I will be at the Blue Room Comedy Club in Springfield, Missouri on May 11th. And then I will be at the St. Louis Funny Bone in St. Louis, Missouri, Westport Plaza, May 12th and 13th. Then I will be at Crossroads in Honolulu, Hawaii on May 26th. I'll be at the United Theater in Westerly, Rhode Island on June 10th. June 16 and 17, comedy at the Carlson in Rochester, New York. Looking forward to being back there. And also this place, and there's another date in front of this one that's not there yet. Cobb's Comedy Club, San Francisco, June 30th and July 1st. Black Oak Casino in Tulum, California. Looking forward to that. It looks beautiful out there on July 2nd. I will be at St. Croix Casino in Turtle Lake, Wisconsin on September 15th. I will be at Coho's Music Hall in Albany, New York on September 21st. I'm doing a private event on the 23rd in Jamestown, New York, if any of you guys are up in that area. I think it's open to the public. It's not a comedy show, though. It's like a trivia fun thing. McMenamin's Tacoma, Washington, September 29th. McMenamin's Portland, Oregon, September 30th. And Eugene is going to be in there either right before or right after that. It hasn't been added to the website yet. Louisville Comedy Club in Louisville, Kentucky, October 6th and 7th. And the District Events Center in Norfolk, Nebraska on October 13th and 14th. Johnny Carson celebration therein. Let me just click back over here for a second because I believe that someone has paid in money. Oh, it's Elizabeth Fahey with $5, blowing it up. Money's for me. The hearts are only for Emma. You give Emma all the hearts you want, Fahey. But you know as well as I do that all hearts go directly to me. I think I made that abundantly clear. Oh, and there's Mark G. Mark G blows it up multiple times per show. Learn from this man. It's the amount is not showing yet though. I gotta wait for it. I've got to wait for it there. There we go. $5. $5, I should say. Thank you, sir. Have a beer on you. Cheers, brother. Appreciate you. Appreciate all of you guys. I can't believe it's almost 10 o'clock already. Means it's time for Little Ben to fly through space. I love that he has his microphone with him when he goes a-flying through space. Special Ed has a question. Let's do it. Special Ed says, question. And then oh my God, what just happened? I was just about to read it and it got taken away. Question, when you fly, what class do you take? Is there enough legroom for you in anything less than first class? I am fortunate, special ed, that I, at this point in my life, am able to fly first and or business class. So that is the class that I take whenever it is available. It is not always available. And the answer to your second part of the question, is there enough legroom for you in anything less than first class? The answer to that question is no. No, there is not. So I always get a bulkhead seat. I couldn't always afford to fly first class on my business trips, so I flew coach for years, and I didn't fit. But I learned that you get an exit row or you get a bulkhead seat, and that makes a huge difference. But those seats aren't any wider either, I'm right on around 6'6", and I weigh, at this point in my life, 230 pounds. And there are lots of people that are way bigger than I am, but I am too big for the typical coach seat in most airplanes. For instance, this last weekend, I didn't finish telling you guys. So we bailed, we left Tutu Tango, and we went next door to Vito's Chop House, which was like an amazing steak restaurant. They had the fridge in the front, the glass refrigerated compartment where all the cuts of steak were laid out. They show you the meat right up front. Come on in, we've got meat. So it turned out to be great. We ate so much food. Thank you to Amy and the people at AKC Marketing and the people that I'm going to be working with shooting more tractor cab stuff, which isn't going to be in a tractor cab this time, but in a truck, a custom-built truck. Looks like Patricia Bradshaw has made a donation to the Ben Bailey Fund, but I can't see how much it is yet. We're going to celebrate it momentarily. But had a great time, ate so much food that I was able to go to sleep earlier than usual. $3 for Patricia Bradshaw. Boom. Thank you. Fist bump. And a little bird giving me fist bumps back and forth. Sweet. We're going to go back to the web scroll for a second here, you guys. Don't forget, you can go to the Shopify store and buy any of these different things, which I just realized does not have a shirt that says part horse body on it. I failed you there, and I am so sorry. But there's all kinds of good stuff from the show, swag from the show. Buttons, magnets, bottle openers, hoodies, T-shirts, notebooks, blankets, phone cases, mugs, mouse pads, magnets, underwear, more mugs, hats, bags, sparkle bark puzzles, beer cozies, pint glasses, blankets I already said, live from Vic's Tees, be good to each other T-shirts, which I kind of thought that one might catch on, but people are afraid to wear such a positive message. Your T-shirt killed my life T-shirts. Lance O, and he showed up in Enumclaw, Washington. He's wearing a good-ass toast. Or maybe a keep your ass clean. I can't remember which one he had. He's wearing one of them, though. It was awesome. Place head here, instructional pillow. Flip over for coolness, microfiber pillow sham. The Please Let Me Sleep eye mask. Any purchase that you guys are to make on that there website, money will go to Share Our Strength, and a pound of plastics will be pulled out of the oceans. So don't forget about that. So, yeah, I got to Peoria. I checked into the hotel in Peoria at 10:03 because my flight was delayed. So I had to go to, yes, Cammy G, I'm longer than most people think. People told me all weekend, they go, wow, you're. It always happens. They don't expect me to be so tall. And yet I am. That is just how it is. But so from Orlando, I then had to get to Peoria. So to get to Peoria from anywhere, you got to go through O'Hare pretty much, which for those of you that don't fly is the monster airport on the north side of Chicago. Special Ed says that height is approaching mandatory door ducking to avoid incessant headaches from slamming your forehead on door jambs. Yes, I need to duck. I need to be careful. I can hit my head very easily on things. if I'm not careful. The worst part about it is things just aren't generally built for a person as tall as I am. And again, some people are so sensitive, like, oh, you're not that tall. I'm not saying I'm the largest person in the world, but I'm big enough that I hit my head and I don't fit in places, such as the tiny airplanes that you fly on the short leg of a trip to Peoria from Chicago O'Hare. And not only did I not fit, the seats were so narrow that I was squeezed in. And the cushion, I'm actually going to complain to the airline, and I don't want to mention which one, but it's United. I don't want to... I am actually going to... They always say, how did we do? And I never tell them anything unless something has to go really wrong for me to tell them. And it was the seat. The cushion had no rigidity to it at all. So, if my ass was in the middle, I was sinking in between, two bars. So there's, a bar here and a bar here, and, 8 inches of the chair had no support under it at all. And then there was, maybe 2.5 inches toward the back that did. And my back was in a mess. When I got to Peoria. And because the flight was delayed because of weather, which obviously no one can help, I got to the hotel 3 minutes after the restaurant closed. And this is after a conscious decision to start flying earlier because I can no longer, after COVID, get room service. One of my favorite parts about the comedy travel, which is not my favorite part about being a comedian, was that I could fly and get into a town late, stay at a nice hotel, and get a room service meal brought to the room at midnight or 11:30 or whatever it was. Get a burger and fries and a shake or whatever. A club sandwich. I can't do it anymore. None of the hotels, a few, but most of the hotels are not doing room service anymore. And it sucks because this keeps happening. And then I get to a town, I can't find anything to eat. So everybody's like, oh, go to this bar. They're open late and they have great food. And I said, you know what? I try not to eat, go to bar food and I don't know. But you know how you guys know, I try to eat healthily. But I went to the bar, and I don't want to throw them under the bus because they were very nice in there. And maybe I just have a sensitive stomach, but I went and had a burger and fries in this place and sat with some cool people and laughed for a while and had a couple of beers. And when I woke up in the morning, holy shite, did I regret it. For the whole day, I didn't eat anything. Without getting too specific about what was going on, I ate nothing on Friday until about midnight. When Dan, the guy that owns the Jukebox Comedy Club in Peoria, Illinois, brought me a bowl, a styrofoam bowl and a plastic spoon. He brought me a bowl of homemade cheese soup, which was actually pretty damn good. And then the next night he made a stir fry with, strange choice, buttermilk biscuits along with the stir fry. Those two don't really go together in my book, but I was happy to have them. But so for a day, I basically had some level of food poisoning. I could never go too far from the bowl. And it was kind of fucking miserable. And by the time I ventured out, coffee shop was closed. Then when they were supposed to be open until 6, they closed at 2. There's a little note on the door, which, I couldn't see from the hotel room. You should be able to put a note on Google Maps. Man, I'm full of good ideas lately. Google Maps should have a little thing, a little be right back option. Because everybody checks the hours on Google Maps. So if you're going to change your hours, even for a day, put a little note. Be right back. Back on Tuesday. Closing early today. Anyway, they weren't open. And then I was like, it was showtime, and I was delirious because I hadn't eaten anything. And I was a little miserable. And I was like, we have to stop and get Starbucks, and then closed, and then the next Starbucks closed, all listed as still open on Google Maps. And then finally, the woman who very nicely drove me, we got to the club, and she had to go in and go to work, and I said, I have to go get a coffee. I'm going to die. My head is like, it's going to explode. So I drove, she lent me her car, and I went and I got a coffee. Anyway, shows in Peoria were great. Food was a bit of a struggle, but I got through it. Had a good time there. Hung out with some cool people. Had some great shows. Had a really, really fun time. But as Kelf is currently saying, touring is a messed up life. Hours on the road, odd meals at strange times, a schedule that's half backwards to all else. Kelf, you said a mouthful. And you know what? And thank you for that. She said, I salute you. Oh, Kelf, that sucks. Food poisoning is the worst. I feel for you. Thanks for saluting me. It is rough. It didn't matter as much when I was younger, these things. But now that I'm getting a little older and being on the road is like, all right, I need to have certain things to get through this and come out of it without getting sick. I've gone out now 3 times this year, and I've gotten sick twice. Good news is when I woke up Saturday, I felt 1,000,000 times better. And I was able to eat. I was able to get some coffee and packed the place and had a great weekend. And then I switched because I did the bulkhead seat on the way to Peoria, and my ass was killing me and my back was a mess. So I switched because those seats have the solid dividers. They don't have the armrest that you can lift up like the emergency road ones do. So then you get a little more room. And I think there's more room in the emergency row anyway, but you're like much further toward the back of the plane, so you have to stay in there longer after it lands. Let's do one more of these and then get to the fun stuff. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. I hope you're having a good time. I know I am. Made the switch. Now I'm drinking beer. Stella Artois is good beer, as you well know. Laura says, I got food poisoning from poke in Kauai. The market, my God, it's closing after 90 years because they haven't been able to maintain food standards. Ouch. That kind of sucks. Kelf loves us. We wish you well, Kelf. Get over it soon. Food poisoning is horrifical. I flew out of the big new terminal at Newark, by the way, and into the same... That was the shitty part, is we landed so late. There were no other flights landing. There was no other planes at gates. But they parked us all the way at gate 12 in Peoria, which is not a big airport, but it is literally the longest walk in the place. It's like, come on, man. It's the middle of the night. I'm trying to get to the restaurant, which I didn't make, as you guys know, blah, blah, blah. Spinal bifidus having root beer. Man, I haven't had a root beer. I can't remember the last time. You know what? I do remember the last time I had a root beer. A friend of mine, a sea captain pal of mine named Jonathan Hillstrand, come to me house once, and he said he wanted a root beer float. I said, you want something to drink or something, man? He said, yeah. How about a root beer float? And I was like, what? And then we had the stuff, so I made him a root beer float, and I had one too. I think it was the last time I had a root beer. That's got to be 15 years ago, something like that. What's up, Hillstrandy? What's up, 182Q KFTW? How you doing? You are late. You're like really late. You're an hour and 6 minutes late, and the show is an hour and 7 minutes long. Good night. Just kidding. No rush. Emma's back. There you go. Sparky. She and Sparky are going to retire to the couch. Nick Chef. What's up, Nick Chef? Any shows in NYC, New Jersey coming up? I'm looking into getting something going in Jersey here, but we haven't found the right venue yet. I'm trying to find a good spot. But it's going to happen. As of right now, the latest thing we're discussing is steel stacks in Bethlehem. And I'll be popping into the clubs in the city over the warmer months. That's right, Sandra Pocorni. What's up, by the way? And Nick Chef, what up with you? Favorite club in NYC? The Cellar, the Comedy Cellar. Original, McDougal. But I love the Underground, too. Which is another part of the Cellar. But yeah, you're right. Deadly as Catch, John. Good old Jonathan Hillstrand. Wanted a root beer float when he come to me house. So we had floats, the two of us. Yeah, that's him. I hosted After the Catch one season. And so I got to hang with all those guys. And we had a blast. Hey, Donald Buffkin. Cool name. Thanks. Donald Buffkin says, I love your comedy. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming. We're just hanging. It's just a hang. I'm not doing comedy here. We're just chatting. Oh, yeah, I'll bet you did get pretty wet, babe. Out in the rain. Going for a walk in the rain. Hey, Nick Chef, no worries, man. Yeah, happy to have you. We do this mostly on Sundays, but occasionally we're going to do it on Mondays when I'm out on the road, which I'm going to be. And there will definitely be something here in the New York, New Jersey area. It's just a matter of what. There'll probably be something out on Long Island and then something here in the Jers. But subscribe, and then you will get a notification when these things are happening. And you can go to my website, therealbenbailey.com. I just went through. That's where all my dates are listed. As well as follow me on socials if you guys don't already. Please do. What's up, Donald Buffkin? I am not coming to Tallahassee, Florida at any time soon. I was just in Orlando. There's always gigs popping up down there, though. I feel like I had something that was a possibility there. Marta says, woohoo, Steel Stacks. It's a fun place. I haven't been there in a few years, but that's not definite yet, but we're talking about it. And there was talk of I just realized I never returned info about a gig in Philly. There are other dates that are not up yet, you guys, so check back. Things are going to be popping up from time to time. And speaking of time, Nick Chef, Mondays can be fun. Did you ever get the chance to meet Mike Rowe? Yeah, I know Mike Rowe. Whose VO is better, me or Mike Rowe? I think we all know the answer to that. And it's Mike Rowe. Just kidding. I don't know. I think one of the reasons people confuse us is because of our voices. We have similar voices. Who's got a better radio voice? I think it's me. All right, you guys. It is 10:10, and I think that means it's time to... No one ever even guessed about the movie quote. Did you guys take guesses? I'm going to scroll back. Do 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 do. Doom 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 doom. Mr. Cab Driver. I had them play that as my walkout music for a while. Little Lenny Kravitz. There, I'm back to the root beer. We got caught up in food poisoning talk, and I feel like no one took a guess about the movie. I don't even remember what the quote was anyway. Oh well. Don't matter. It don't matter. Special Ed, try Alaskan, better seats. I don't think Alaskan flies to Peoria, though, Special Ed. It's possible, but don't think so. Yes, you're right, by the way, Cammy G, looking back. I am just too tall for my height. How big is your TV? Nice. I forgot what movie I did. Did anyone have a guess? All I could think of was movies that I had already done so many quotes. Oh, yeah, thank you, Laura. Spinal said, oh, brother, where art thou? And Spinalo got it. I vote for yours truly. Well, hell, I'm with you fellas. That's a fun movie. Haven't watched that one in a while. Damn, we're in a tight spot. Mark G just gave me $2 more. Dude likes to blow it up. Dude likes to blow it up. Something about voting. Yes, nice, Patricia. All right, let's get to this. Let's get to this, man. It's time for Sunday, a fun segment in which we celebrate, yes, Tim Blake Nelson, Spinalo, nice. We celebrate the weird holidays that are today, whatever day that might be. Today, it is March 12th. It's actually the 13th, but yesterday was Sunday. So, here we go. Emma says it looked like Sparky was walking in time with the drive-by music as we walked along. That's hilarious. He was then. If it looked like it, then he was. All right, today, kind of an interesting and fun one is the Aztec New Year. Falling on March 12th each year, the Aztec New Year celebrates the start of the year according to the Aztec calendar. It's a date with plenty of symbolism, traditions, and celebrations. The holiday is special to Nahua communities in Mexico. Hope I said that right. Groups of indigenous people who live in Mexico and parts of El Salvador. I don't know how to say this. In the original Nahuatl, the holiday, oh yeah, that's the language. As you all knew, I'm sure, the holiday is called Yanchuik Zihutl. It's a fascinating language from the sounds of it. Anyway, it's Aztec New Year, so Happy New Year, Aztecs. From 1300 to 1521, the Aztecs rose to and held power and influence as a center of Mesoamerican culture. They followed the Mexica or Aztec calendar, a 365-day calendar cycle comprising two parts that ran simultaneously. The first was the year count, which I can't pronounce, and the second was another one that I can't pronounce, or the counting of days, a 260-day cycle. So they had a strange two different calendars going on. So that means this is twice as important. Happy New Year to the Aztecs. And on just as important a note, it is National Baked Scallops Day. Few things can compare to the sweet, rich taste of scallops. It's easily one of America's favorite seafood dishes today, but it hasn't always been that way. In the 17th century, people in America didn't like the flavor of scallop meat. Its oddly sweet taste was unappealing to the general palate back then. Well, that's probably changed. People like the sweet stuff now. Fishing communities in the northern Atlantic preferred oysters, lobster, and clams over scallops. Although people harvested wild Atlantic scallops for food, their shells were far more appealing, not the meat. Triple nickel from Elizabeth Fahey. 555. Booyah! Interesting. They like the shells more than the meat. In the decades that followed, scallop recipes and dishes were everywhere. Wait, hold on. I skipped something. Tastes evolved with time, as they do, and scallops began receiving more appreciation in the U.S. by the 19th century. The earliest written recipe for scallops was published in Miss Beecher's Domestic Recipe Book. Nope. It says receipt. I assume it's supposed to say recipe in 1848, and then they started to become popular. And now there is a National Baked Scallops Day. So take that, other seafoods that thought you were better than scalopa. Scalopa. 555 is for Sparkle Bark. He'll never see a penny of it. Never, I tell you, never. Special Ed says, Aztec mine, it's all Greek to me. None of them are Greek. None of them are Greek. Also today, History of Alfred Hitchcock Day. Isn't that nice? Someone mentioned one of his films earlier, and you didn't even know this was coming. Well done, sir. Well done. Or ma'am. Born in London at the dawn of the 20th century, Alfred Hitchcock grew up in an austere Catholic family, with a childhood he later described as lonely and sheltered. Throughout his later life, elements of his childhood, such as being forced by his mother to stand at the foot of her bed as punishment, made their way into his films. Hitchcock first got into the British film industry as a title card designer for silent films, later becoming an assistant director. He directed his first feature in 1925 and never looked back. How do you know he never looked back? He fucking looked back. Everybody looks back sometimes. By 1939, he relocated to Hollywood and worked on one of his best-loved movies, Rebecca. He continued to churn out hits like The Birds and Psycho, scandalizing and tantalizing audiences worldwide. This is someone else's writing that I'm reading, so you guys know. Over his 60-plus year career, Hitchcock directed more than 50 films, some of which no longer exist. Wow, that's a shame. From Rebecca onward, the director also made brief cameos in all 39 of his remaining films. Between 1955 and 1965, he hosted and produced Alfred Hitchcock Presents, a mystery anthology series. The show's credits open with an illustration of his famously rotund silhouette, drawn by the director himself, and presents a new thriller or mystery story each episode. Hitchcock remained active throughout his life. In 1960, he was inducted into the Hollywood Walk of Fame with 2 stars for TV and film. He's widely recognized as the most influential director of all time. He was knighted in 1979, shortly before his death in his sleep in his Los Angeles home. Since Hitchcock was born in August, the origins of March 12th as National Alfred Hitchcock Day remain a mystery. Okay, a fitting tribute to the master of suspense himself. And that's today's holidays, folks. Let's do this.
This weekend, one day only, it's the Aztec New Year. New Year on 2 different calendars, one that's years and one that's days, so you better fucking celebrate. You know what you're gonna do it with? You're gonna do it with some baked scallops. Don't fry them, don't boil them, don't dry cook them, bake them, because it's Baked Scallops Day. And now, end it on a weird note. Put yourself in a weird video, because it's Alfred Hitchcock Day. Booyah!
Whew! It's not easy to do that monster truck rally voice all the time, folks. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you had a great time. This has been episode number 41 of The Big New Show with me, Ben Bailey. Great chatting with you guys. Great hanging with you guys. Hope you had a great time, too. I will see you next week. I will not actually see you.